for that. All right, inhale, arms come up, you come up onto your toes. Exhale, heels drop, arms come down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms, heels come down. There, I lost my balance with that one. Again, with feet being hip width apart, we'll start with a forward fold, and I'll turn to my side so you can see that. And so with the first one, feet are hip width apart, and you're going to hinge at the hips and keep that core lightly engaged. Elbows draw back and sternum moves forward. So on the exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, rise. And we'll do that 2 more times. And with each exhale, knees can bend. You go down a little bit deeper. You go down until you feel a little stretch. Inhale, rise. We'll do that for a 3rd time. Exhale. Hinge at the hips. Core is lightly engaged. Elbows are back. Inhale, rise. And now this 4th time, we'll go all the way down. So on the inhale, this time you can bring your arms up overhead, bring your palms together, and on the exhale, bring your hands to the heart center and begin to fold forward. And fold forward with a flat back, and then bend your knees if needed, and then you can allow your head to drop towards the mat and just fold forward in this forward fold. Knees can be bent deeply if needed, and breathe. This forward fold is a physiologically calming position. So bend your knees as deeply as you need to help make it calming for you. If you're really tight in the backs of your legs, it's not going to feel calming. So breathe deeply. Bring your awareness to the sensations in your body, whether it's the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, your calves. Some people feel their lower back. Whatever you notice, bring your awareness to where you're feeling sensation. And imagine that you're breathing in and out from that place. All right, from here, on your next inhale, you're going to lift so you come to that halfway point, and your hands can come to your shins here. You're going to exhale, fold back over again, and now bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees slightly. Inhale, come back up to standing. So we'll do 2 more forward folds. Inhale, arms reach up, palms come together. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Fold forward, coming down as low as you can. Inhale, halfway lift to that flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come to the hips. And inhale, back up again. Come back to that mountain pose. Breathe. Notice how your body feels. And then we'll do our final forward fold. So on the inhale, arms come up, palms together. Exhale, forward fold, going down as low as you can. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands to the hips. Bend the knees slightly. Engage the core. And inhale, come back up to stand. All right. Take a couple of breaths here. Allow the body to readjust to being upright. If feel the weight drop down to the feet and feel the heart lift. Another good exercise for stress is breath of joy. I'm going to give a modified version of breath of joy. So on the inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, arms go back. So we'll just start with that. Inhale. So just back and forth with the arms. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then we're going to start with inhale. Going to come up onto the toes. Exhale, heels drop. So inhale, inhale, up. Exhale, drop. Up, drop. Up, drop. Inhale, up. And so as you go forward to the drop, you can vocalize. Big on the exhale is always nice. One more. And then begin to slow down. And release. And then, again, feet are hip width apart. Just allowing all of that energy that we had moving around to move through the body. And then we'll close with heaven energy and earth energy. And so feet are hip width apart, bend your knees slightly. On the inhale, you're going to bring your hands up to about chest height, palms together. Come up overhead, gaze goes up, exhale. Slowly drop arms down. So continuing with that inhale. Exhale. And so imagine on the inhale, you're moving energy up and gathering energy and bringing it down through the body. So just feeling that energy move through the body. Exhale. Arms release. And then we'll reverse it. So now on the inhale, we're going to gather up. And on the exhale, bringing energy down through the body. Inhale. Arms reach out, gather up energy. Exhale. Moving energy down and through the body. We'll do two more. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. Last time. Exhale. And then just coming back to that still pose that we started with, the mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart, knees slightly bent. Drop the hips. Arms are at your side. Lift the heart. And just notice the movement of energy through the body. Notice anything that you were able to release. And notice any sense of calm in the body. All right, and then when you're ready, and I guess I'm just thinking, I'm glad my daughter came in before I started the meditation. When you're ready, come back to a seat and get yourself comfortable. Again, close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or gaze down and in front of you about a foot or two at a point that's not interesting or moving, and begin to bring your awareness inside. And as you first begin to tune in, see if you're aware of any parts of you that overwork, take care of other people, feel a little stressed. And notice what that feels like in your body. How does that stress feel? Notice any thoughts that go with it. Any images that arise with that sense of stress or overworking or taking care of others. And then imagine that you're holding that part of you in the palms of your hands in front of you. And thank that part of you for its intention to help you get things done, to be kind, to be generous. Really sincerely thanking it for all the hard work it does. And asking it if it would be willing to step aside and give you some space. Maybe it sits to the left and behind you. And then again, bring that awareness back inside. And this time, notice the parts of you that like to avoid things. So the part of you that overeats, that maybe goes on screen too much, zones out. That part of you that maybe says, I deserve this, I can do what I want. Notice how it feels in your body. This overeating part, these parts that like to avoid. Notice any thoughts that may come up when you bring your awareness to these parts. Notice any images that come up with that overeater, the part that avoids, the part that says, I deserve this. And again, imagine that you're taking these parts and that you're putting your palms together in front of you and holding them gently in your palms. And take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for your intention to bring some pleasure into my life, for trying to get me to relax, for trying to keep me safe, protect me. And then ask these parts if they could give you some space for a moment, and maybe just imagine putting them behind you on the right-hand side. And then bring that awareness back inside. And notice if there's any sadness or grief, a sense of loneliness, of not being enough. And notice how that feels in your body, where you feel it in your heart or in your throat, maybe behind your eyes, maybe in your hips. And ask these parts to come into the palms of your hand, where you can gently hold them. And take a moment to acknowledge these parts that are sad and lonely. And let them know that you see them. And that it's okay that they're sad and lonely. validating that experience. And then asking these parts if they could give you some space. And you could just maybe even imagine that they're sitting on your lap or sitting beside you. And then bring that awareness back inside and notice where in your body you feel the most calm, where you feel clear, where you feel most at peace, where you feel most at ease. There's some confidence. And a sense of strength. So a calm, strong awareness. Notice where in your body you feel the most calm, strong, and aware. Notice what it feels like in your body. And ask that sense of calm, strong awareness to grow. And feel your entire body being bathed in calm, strong awareness. That is your inherent birthright. That is always present within you for you to connect with. Connecting with that calm, strong awareness in every cell, in every organ, in your entire body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And from this place of calm awareness, slowly start to expand your awareness to include all of those parts that get stressed, those parts that avoid, and those parts that are hurt. And ask if those parts would like to come in and experience some of this calm clarity that you have. If they would like to experience that as well. And allow in these last few breaths for you to experience that calm clarity, as well as that stress, that overworker, overgiver, as well as the parts that avoid and the parts that are hurt. And then when you're ready, you can keep your connection to that calm clarity, as well as those different parts as you open your eyes. All right, so that is a beautiful meditation that allows us to begin to relate to the different parts of ourselves. And today we focused on the part of us that gets stressed and overworked, and the overeater or avoider part. Okay, so I know we're running out of time. I am going to skip past the next two slides, and we'll go over that more next time. So let me move forward. Actually, this I talked about some. This slide, when you're thinking about an exercise this week is I'm going to have you think about some foods that you eat that you might want to begin to change. And so on this right-hand part of the slide, there are different options for moving from more processed foods on this left part to more whole-based foods that still taste good on the right-hand side. All right, this is the part we're going to skip. We'll come back to this. And I want us to do this mindful eating exercise. At least get through part of it in these last few minutes. So take your two types of food, either two fruits, two types of crackers, or nuts, and have them on two separate plates or two napkins, and put them in front of you. And close your eyes. Again, bring your awareness to your breath and take a few breaths. And here, with your eyes closed, just rate your hunger on a scale of 1 to 10. Where are you at? 1, not hungry at all. 10, ravenous. And go ahead and open your eyes. You're going to assess both food items. Take in the visual, any aroma, any memories of eating similar foods in the past as you look at each item. And then imagine how the taste of the two foods would compare. And then ask yourself, which of these two foods would I prefer to eat? And take a moment to ask yourself why. Why do I want this and not that? So make your choice. Take a slow breath. Which food is calling to you? Which might be more satisfying? Which are you hungrier for? And take that plate, put the other aside. Now take a couple of breaths. And again, reflect on how you made that decision and how you feel about choosing this one and not the other. Okay. With your awareness on the food that you're eating, we'll do that mindful eating exercise, how it looks. Notice the texture, the color, the size, the aroma, and then bringing it up to your lips. How does it feel on your lips? Take a bite and chew it at the optimal rate. What does it taste like? And then where does it rate on the 10-point satisfaction meter? 10 most satisfying experience ever, 1 not even tasting it, disgusting. With each bite, notice the texture, taste, and rate your satisfaction on that taste satisfaction meter. So once you swallow that first bite, pause, take that second bite, again, rate it on that taste satisfaction meter. Noticing all of the elements, taste, color, aroma. Continue to savor this first piece of food until you're no longer tasting it, no longer enjoying it, or until it's gone. And once you're done eating this first food item, put that plate aside and notice any surprises or regrets with this first choice. And then again, turn your awareness back in to your breath And again, come back to that hunger scale. Rate how hungry you are on a scale of 1 to 10. And then open your eyes, bring your awareness to that second food item. And just like you did with that first food item, you're going to take into consideration your hunger based on how this food item works. Are you hungrier for the second food item, or were you hungrier for that first food item? What was the basis for the difference? Did the first food item look better? Was the smell better? Were you more used to it? Did you have better memories? What part of it made you desire it more, made you more hungry for it? And then bring that second food item to your lips. And again, tuning into this food item, smelling it, feeling it on your lips, and then begin to eat it. And as you're chewing it at the optimal rate, notice similarities and differences compared to that first food item. And after you swallow that first bite, see if you want to continue. Check in with yourself. With the taste satisfaction, with your desire for this food, is it enough? And your hunger, is it enough that you want to continue with the second piece of food or the second set of food? Make your decision. I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. And regardless of whatever your choice is, so no judgment on the choice, articulate to yourself why you made this choice. I'm eating this second set of food because it's here. That's what I always do. I'm eating the second set of food because it tastes really amazing, better than I thought. I'm eating the second set of food because actually I am really hungry. It tastes meh, but I'm really hungry and I want to fill myself. And then eating your second food choice mindfully, if you choose to eat it, and use that taste satisfaction scale with every bite. If the taste satisfaction goes below a 3 or a 4 at any point in the exercise, stop and ask yourself if you want to continue eating. All right, so that is the essence of this expanding choice in mindful eating. And so over the next couple of weeks, I suggest practicing this in a couple of ways. I would practice it at least a couple of times. And one nice way to practice it is like with foods that you get out of habit or routine. So like if you always get Honeycrisp apples, that's what you eat. This week when you go to the grocery store, get Honeycrisp apples and another type of apple. And then do this exercise with those two types of apple. And just notice, the difference between the two types of apples. And if you choose to stay with, and make your choice. Feel free to stay with the Honeycrisp apples. Or if you realize sometimes you like to mix it up, mix it up with the other type of apple. So you can do that with apples. You can do it pretty easily with snack foods. Like if you typically have almonds, you might want to try like another type of nuts, or you might want to try almonds with like tamari or something. I know, different types of flavorings or seasonings with the nuts. So do this practice with a couple of snack foods and see what you notice with it. It tends to help us be more flexible with food, and it tends to help us experience more satisfaction and pleasure with food because we're really tuning into what we're eating and allowing ourselves to choose the food that we want. All right. Also, after this exercise, if you have a chance, you can journal about the benefits of this exercise. I'll actually go into that in more detail next time. And this week, continue with movement in terms of managing stress, working with that alternate nostril breathing, that meditation. You can also do some of those specific yoga exercises, the breath of joy, the forward folds, and actually that twist are all good for stress reduction. We'll come back to the thoughts and behavior next time we talk. And, still keeping that food diary. Practice that mindful food choice exercise a couple of times. And as you look at your food diary, see if there's any food there that you can begin to experiment with. If you're eating coffee, if you're drinking coffee with 3 teaspoons of sugar, try cutting back to a teaspoon of sugar. Or, if you're drinking coffee, you might want to maybe try tea. Or if you're having chips, maybe you switch to nuts. So playing around with moving from more processed foods to less processed foods. All right. So actually, I'll be back in 1 week, and we will finish up this session. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Hope you're more embodied and have embodied eating. So have an embodied week. Thank you.